Welcome back, everyone, to the Drift Crisis. In our last session, things began to come apart at the seams, as you all had spent a hefty amount of time here in the divine realm of Cynosure, resting and relaxing from the trials you've thus far undergone during the crashing of the drift. Unfortunately, a stowaway aboard your own ship had made their way into the network of Cynosure, slowly infiltrating it over these last 2 weeks until Cora was able to make her move in the wee hours of last night, taking control of roughly 80% of the entire city's network. Not quite full and total control, but enough to put her in charge of everything she would need to put you down. So she thought, at least. But you managed to fight your way past the few robots of hers that she was able to get constructed and out onto the street. Relatively weak constructs for your perceived strength. Make it past a few hard light holograms in the lobby of Somnium Spire that attempted to slow your way, and basically ignored all of the relatively poor attempts to electrify the floor and doors to stagger you all. Even her final guardian, quote unquote, placed in front of the main server room of Somnium Spire was really no match for you guys. You met with Lilius, one of the programmers who works here at Somnium Spire, who had been made aware of a potential issue when you all came about 10 days ago, complaining about the nightmares Kamana and Halicon had. That she did not say anything to you at the time about it being a problem, because, hey, that's her job, and you guys, even if you are favored by Desna, are just, in her eyes, randos who have come in registering complaints about nightmares. But as everyone else fled Somnium Spire, she herself remained behind to attempt to delay Cora's takeover and stop her if possible. Unfortunately, she wouldn't be able to get anything done were it not for your timely arrival, meeting up with her on the top floor of Somnium Spire and making your way past the robot guard into the server room itself, where, though there was some reservation for some about doing so, Lilius has digitized each of your souls, bringing them into the virtual environment that is the server mainframe, where you have been accessing and scraping through the nodes, trying to find effectively where Cora's AI core is. That way you can completely cut off her access to the network and, for all intents and purposes, hold her life in the palm of your hands. And we left off last session as you all had effectively found where that core was in the network, scraped away the hiding points that it was. Man, my synonym brain is failing, hiding behind. And causing Cora herself to have to appear before you for a last-ditch effort at surviving. And that is where we are picking back up today. A virtual version of Cora, much like yourselves, has manifested here in the mainframe, snorting derisively at your arrival. But we are still here in round 6. Halicon, it is your turn here. What are we thinking? We got some people injured. There is one of these firewall constructs still standing. And Cora herself is at the far end of this walkway, once more.
Well, we've defeated Cora once. We're gonna do that again, and to do that, I need to be next to her. So Helicon would like to really go the closest way possible, jumping over the gap here with a leap. Actually, I
Okay.
can leap 20. Helicon unfolding his Shiran wings, poking through the armor to get a bit of a boost, which lets me
Fantastic.
leap an additional 5 for a total of 20 for a leap. I cannot move there because there's a wall.
Where do you want to go? Right here?
Yes.
Zoop.
Jumping over the gap, unafraid. And then with second stride, third stride, get right in Cora's face, unperturbed by whatever show she wants to put on here.
Okay.
Hate me.
Well, that'll certainly be interesting. Durgesh, unfortunately, feeling unloved because he cannot do an area attack if an ally is right there.
I mean, I can.
Speaking of
I mean,
Durgesh... Oh,
I could have gone here instead, if that's better for you.
Well, it's not taking a while to get there, so don't worry about it right now.
Alright, sure.
yeah.
Vesk are slow.
Durgesh, that brings us back to your turn. As a general reminder, you have been infected by a logic virus that Cora sent out. That isn't doing anything terrible to you. It's making you a little bit sick and slowly corroding your mind with a tiny amount of persistent mental damage. But it does still exist.
Yeah. I'm going to start by going into my Dread Marshal stance, I think.
Ooh. Well, alrighty then.
Let's go. Alright, now I don't want to start that out with that. I'm going to reroll that. Oh, come on!
Oh, Durgesh, I'm so sorry.
Alright. Well, guess I'll just walk up here and swipe at this dude.
Getting the bad rolls out of the way, and you are still in the stance. That is just a regular failure for you, I believe. So you
yeah,
enter.
I just failed enter.
Yeah,
I failed enter stance.
that's. Oh yes, I misread it because I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Oh, all right, good roll this time. No.
Oh, Durgesh. Seeing.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Seeing Cora come out knowing that shit's about to get real, and seeing Helicon, who himself isn't even at full strength. He's injured. Only one of his blades is manifested right now because he had to unmanifest one to work on hacking into those databanks. You come around the corner and try and take out this final construct so you guys can fully focus on Cora. But it's just... Your mind's a bit of clutter right now. Your blade ends up scraping and catching into the databank at the side, and the construct just turns and aims its hand up directly at your face. That is going to bring us to Cora's turn as you take 2 points of mental damage. Huzzah!
That'll be a problem if I start going down.
It's a slow and insidious killer, Durgesh. 1d4 per turn.
Well, yeah, but it's when you're into dying is when it's super.
Yes, that's when it's real bad. Okay, let's see. She was not expecting... I was not expecting Helicon to just run up here that quickly. That is certainly going to cause some problems here.
Whatever ranged AoE you want to do, don't.
And before I forget and act like an idiot again, you have Reactive Strike, correct?
I do.
Okay, and you do have one blade manifested right now, so gotta remind myself of that. She is going to take a stride action if you would like to Reactive Strike her.
Absolutely, I want to.
Go for it.
That, however, is a crit. I'm going to re-roll that.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was an exact critical miss.
For still a miss, sadly.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, as you try and slice into her, she just Helicon. You
There's
have
three
no
missing.
idea what you're in for here. And she's going to sort of step around you over onto this walkway a little bit. And she is going to turn and look at you. And sort of, like, kneel down, place a hand on the ground, and in your eyes, Halicon, the ground under your feet, that walkway, immediately begins to corrode. The corrosion causing your balance to become unsteady as it reaches for your legs and attempts to creep up towards you. She is going to cast a spell here and make a strike at you with this spell. That is a
crit.
natural 20 on her first attack roll here.
Of course it is.
Which
We're gonna die.
means... Uh-oh! That I was not expecting a nat 20 right there. Let me just make sure this all works. She is casting a new spell from from Starfinder here. That is real bad. Now, here's the good news. You are not technological, are you, Halicon? You do not have the tech trait.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So you are not going to take 4d6 persistent acid damage. You are not going to become glitching 2, and you are not going to become stunned 1. Instead, you are simply going to take 10d8 void damage here for 41 total damage.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Is that already doubled from the crit, or do I take double this?
No, you are taking 41 here.
Okay.
It's one of those spells that doesn't technically double on crit. It has a different number of damage dice, which is still effectively just double, but... You're still standing? Whew.
Yes. Barely, but still.
For anyone interested, that was... I didn't want to cast it, I just want to show it off. That was the 3rd rank spell Entropy Strike.
Okay.
She just instantly decays your very existence. That is her entire turn, though. Amara, you're up. You unfortunately don't see this happen because you're between the server banks.
Mm-hmm.
But you come around the corner and you are able to see Cora. You're able to see Halicon, who is barely standing right now.
Oh. I got you back. Well, I got her back.
All right, who's ready for the Amara crit? Say it with me, 50 damage incoming.
50 damage incoming.
Oh. Oh, we're going hog out with the hero points.
Oh, no. Wow, it is a day today.
Oh boy. Yo, we might need to restart session.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So,
Yikes.
we had like 3 nat 1s, and the boss
Yeah.
had a nat 20. Good start.
Guys, I was not expecting it to go like this. This was not supposed to happen.
Boy.
Why are we using coins for D20s? Stop that.
Hey, you know, at the very least, now we can actually be honest when we tell Thinker that it's their fault you guys are dead.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to bring us to this firewall construct, who is still standing, did just repair itself a tiny bit here. I'm going to roll to see who it targets with its destructive code, whether it goes after Durgesh or Amara. It's going after Amara with its first shot here.
Durgesh
Durgesh.
himself. To himself.
No. Well, he's immune to spirit damage, so he can't do anything to himself.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. That is a 17, which absolutely misses you, Amara. Second attack is going to be at you again, but the third attack will be at Durgesh. Big old nat 3 on the attack against you. And now we nat 20 Durgesh because it's funny. Darn. No dice. All right.
Yeah, it's right there.
It
I was gonna say,
is.
you used 3 dice.
And now it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Kimana, that brings us to your turn as you watched those like 5-second interval as Halcon zoomed over, took a swing that Cora just avoided, and she almost immediately killed him without even touching him.
Cool. Very, 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 very fucking cool. Okay. Yeah, so. Motivating ringtone does have a nice long range.
Very nice.
So, I also have motivating ringtone on myself right now.
You do indeed, and your vitality network is full. I believe it's only a
Vitality
60-foot
network
range
is
for
full.
that.
Correct.
So-
So if I and from there. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna. So it's gonna be like 20, 25,
Sure.
30.
Perfect. Go ahead and just move yourself there.
Okay, cool. And then I will go ahead and dump 22 hit points into Halcon.
Fantastic.
Actually, let me think. Level 2 motivating. Yeah. 22 hit points into Halcon.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just wiping out the entirety of your network here for the brief moment in order to heal up Halcon as best you can.
Yes, let me check. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to live with that.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And you are out of
so,
focus points, correct?
I am out of focus points.
Unfortunate.
Correct. Okay, cool. So my next action, do.
For those who are new, I realized last night that we have completely forgotten part of Kamana's kit. Her connection has the ability that whenever she transfers vitality, she could either cast or effectively sustain one of her focus spells as a free action. Oops.
I will go ahead and guidance our friend.
Lilius?
Friend.
Okay.
Well, everybody else has guidance immunity.
She's got one more heal in her, and that's kind of it.
Oh, yeah.
She is a programmer. She is not a fighter.
Yeah. Okay, then never mind. Take that guidance back. I'll just try to shoot at this one.
You can always prepare to aid. Don't forget. Well, what is the range increment of your pulsecaster pistol?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I can prepare to aid. My pulsecaster pistol is like 20 feet.
30 feet. So you you're 60 feet away, so you could aid just at the range penalty.
Oh,
if
I
you
was going to
wished.
prepare to aid the next attack on.
You can also do that. Preparing to aid Durgesh's next attack. Fantastic. Halcon, we are back over to you, taking a quick, devastating blow and then immediately getting about half of it healed back before you can even react.
Alright, Kimana support, very much appreciated. And there will be someone else supporting me. Will be Desna. Because I'm gonna use a lay on hands.
Fantastic.
Spending my one and only focus point to heal myself for 12.
Love it. And don't forget to grab the spell effect as well, since you also get that AC bonus.
I don't, because I'm targeting myself.
Right, someone
the
other
AC
than
bonus
yourself.
is only for
Yes,
for someone else.
I
wish it worked that way.
I just want you guys to do cool shit.
Yeah. And then we're my main weapon out currently, which is all I need. We're gonna move back to engage.
All right.
And with my last action, we will parry to hopefully not die.
Yeah, set up a bit of a defensive setup just in case here. Fantastic. Durgesh, we are over to you then.
Oh, okay.
And if you are attacking, Kamana will be aiding you, don't forget.
Yes, I will do my whirling strike.
Oh
So,
boy.
To start off, I'm going to swing at this dude.
All right, Kamana, if you please.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna make the attack, and whatever it is. Looks like that will not be a bonus.
Oh goodness, y'all, get those dice rolls fixed up, please.
Oh, man. All right. Here's the attack. Let's go. I think that's a hit.
I said please.
Yeah.
That is a hit. Ooh, fantastic damage. That's actually enough to bring him down to 1. We don't even need your area fire here, Durish. That is just a dead construct.
I will just whirl around like a fool and waste an action.
Fantastic. He blows up on you.
That's
10 foot? Oh, it is 10
You
foot.
are 10 feet away from him, so I am going to need a very low DC reflex save from you.
I don't want to.
As he explodes in a series of infected code spreading outward. That is a regular success for you. For half damage. Oh, buddy, you'll never guess. The most devastating.
I can't. Oh, wait. I didn't have that.
It doesn't matter. 1 is the minimum.
I know.
So
I know. And I will lumber my fat ass over here.
20 feet at a time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm coming for you, Cora. I know. I just noticed these tanks are sideways, and it's really bothering me. They should be upright.
It's all about perspective. Look, it's falling apart. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Or
To
maybe
be fair,
they're just
it is
that way.
it is a fake construct area. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It's, it's starting to inception the environment around you to showcase Cora's corruption of the technology. That would have been a cool thing. I should have described that from the get-go. Damn.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Darn
I gave you
it.
the idea. A week
losing your
too
touch.
late.
Oh, take 1 damage, idiot.
I don't want to. Oh.
And don't overcome it because, unfortunately, the DC is stupidly high while you are in the mainframe.
Yep.
That is going to bring us back to Cora's turn. She really doesn't like being engaged in melee with you, Halicon. I'm going to be honest.
That was my hope.
Because she wants to do cool shit. Like, that's the mean thing to do, right? Right? Does that? Oh, that does. Oh, I could be so mean.
No, don't say that.
I really want to. Hold up. Gotta check something. Get over here, book. What are the rules on that? I should have been more prepared, but I'm not. Aha! Wait, that just does... What is this? That's awful. That's so funny. It's bad.
What are you doing to him?
So I'll tell you what I'm thinking about because it's funny and I've decided I'm not going to do it. She could use the 3rd rank spell Irradiate, which subjects everyone in a 20-foot burst to mild radiation. So it would be her spell DC as opposed to the regular DC 17, but mild radiation sickness is a level 1 disease. It doesn't become the severe version until she upcasts it to 5th level, or 5th rank. So, while that's funny, that's like her last resort spite answer to you guys is, oh, it looks like you guys are going to win. Well, I'm just going to give you radiation poisoning. Fuck you.
Digital radiation.
Right. Let's see. You deal a bit of fire. Durgesh. What type of your gun does fire damage, correct?
By plasma? Yes.
Fantastic.
I don't want you to say that.
Fantastic.
Stop it.
Love to hear it. She is going to stride over here, once more allowing a reactive strike from you, Halicon. Just sort of stepping around you, not even caring in the slightest.
All right. See if I can
And probably
make... Nope.
step right here. Oh, goodness. Amara, I believe your gun was unloaded at the end of your turn.
Yep.
So not a shot for you,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no, I was checking line of sight.
Oh, fair enough. She's going to do something to put a damper on that, though.
Mhm.
She is going to use one of her funny abilities that she gets specifically because she controls the mainframe of Desna's entire divine realm right now. She is going to access one of the dream servers that exists in this building and pull a chunk of it into this mainframe. She is going to immediately cause 7 massive trees to all appear along this platform. Which, we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6. As Cora erects a massive barrier of these trees, each of these has very low AC, hardness, and HP. They are fully space blocking. So, get wrecked. Get stuck
Really
on that side, Halicon.
Well, Halicon, yeah.
And she is... At this point, those trees are fully in the way of you, Amara. So they would give
Over
her standard cover at this point.
Mhm.
The wording is a little bit weird because they are described as barriers. I'm also the one who wrote the wording, so they are meant to be effectively like massive pillars that also block a line of sight is the intention of them. But they can absolutely be attacked if you would like. Amara, it is your turn. That does
Mobile
take...
reload.
Okay, all right. You just don't even care what I have to say.
Mm-mm.
You know you're
Yeah.
rude, right?
Yes.
Okay, as long as you're aware. Ooh.
Use my once on a time.
Oh ho
So
ho.
they do rolling attacking damage twice and using the better damage for east. So I'll just have to do this manually.
When you roll, you can set it to roll
Oh.
and keep higher.
Okay.
Funny
Jesus,
enough.
well,
But you
hopefully
can
we
also
get
just
better at
re-roll.
Okay.
Much better.
Fantastic. You can also, if you don't do that, when you right-click, instead of re-roll using a hero point, you can hit re-roll and keep higher. Foundry does have accessibility for those things. But a 31 is going to be our first hit. Fantastic. And you do get to roll on better for damage as well.
See something to do with that?
No, there isn't. That you have to do manually.
Oh, well.
But the exact same either way. Fantastic. All right.
Ah. Check that nerd.
She just, as she erects these massive tree barriers in front of her, sort of blocking her off from Halicon and the rest from getting into melee, she just turns to look at you as your bullet comes over, Amara. Oh yes, the war veteran. I suppose I have time to deal with you. And that brings us to Kamala's turn.
Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna get some vitality network back.
Let's go 4 points.
Let's check the health amounts here. I guess Durgesh is looking the most hurt. Do we have saves on Cora yet?
You guys have nothing on her. This is a completely different Cora than the one you guys fought at the Cause
Okay.
Monastery.
Cool. Then I'm gonna go ahead and throw down this for right now.
Ooh. Where is that getting dropped?
Actually, before anything is rolled for that, Cora is currently the only threat, right?
That you can see, yes.
And we already did all the skill checks over
That is
here.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you have located where her data module is. She has simply shown up to prevent you from doing anything with it and effectively taking it out of the server.
Okay. Well, Kamana's gonna light some fireworks.
Fantastic.
Actually-
All right.
One other thing before that
Yes.
happens. Is she using any objects currently?
No,
Does it
she
look
actually
like she's
does
going
not
for a
appear to have
computer panel.
She does not appear to have anything in her hands. She seems to simply be able to manifest and manipulate the entirety of the server and mainframe by her state of being.
Okay.
She does not have a
Alright.
weapon in either hand either.
Okay. Yeah, then ignite fireworks is my final answer.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, reflex is by far her best save.
That's
see
a-okay.
that.
Half damage and dazzled for 1 round.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, she does still take a bit of damage here, so...
She does still become dazzled for 1 round.
She
so I
does
like that.
still become dazzled for 1 round. That is quite nice. We always love a bit of dazzling.
Okay, cool. And then, damn, all my friends have guidance immunity. How did this happen?
Maybe because you casted on them already in this
Yep.
fight. Ooh, would have thought.
Then I will let me just check and think and think and check. Oh, might not be a bad idea to activate my force field.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely activate that. Get those 6 temp HP.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, Halicon, we are over to you. You've got all these trees in the way, unfortunately.
Well, they're not in my way at all. We're gonna leap
Not the
15
leaping.
off here. Yeah, I'm a winged Sharon. I get to leap a lot. I cannot though because there's a wall apparently.
No, I'm letting you guys take advantage of your abilities. What a shame.
Oh my god.
One
How
action
could I
to
do
hop over
this?
here, and then we're gonna step here and
And one more
hello,
leap.
Cora. One more leap over here.
Fantastic. She just looks at
No.
you as you jump around over here. Oh, you fucking gnat.
Can only run away for so long.
I think he has a death wish.
Is that what you think I'm doing? By all means. That does it for your turn. Durgesh, we are up to you.
I'm going to put my paint glaive away
Okay.
and pull out my plasma cannon.
Fantastic.
And then, let's see.
And that is only one action because you can swap as a single action nowadays.
Oh no, I'm standing in the way again.
Nah, I can make work. Trying to run.
Durgesh doing his best.
Alright, I think that's in range. Let me check. Yeah. Kind of tell if it's in range because of the. Actually, this works.
Where are you trying to fire? Right there?
Yeah, I think that gets just her and not Halcon.
Yeah. And that is... Oop, did not mean to be doing that. Meant to be measuring. Like a fool I am. Right
what's
about
that?
36, 37 feet.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Chunk.
No, this is a... Oh, God, I gotta check another ruling real quick. Sorry, give me a minute. Because I believe this is one of those weird rulings when it comes to objects.
I helped her weak to fire.
This is one of those things where like, these objects don't have listed saves. And if I'm recalling my hazard rulings correctly, if they don't have a listed save, they're technically immune. But that's dumb in this case. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it as an auto failure for each of these objects.
Okay.
But we will have Cora roll. Oh, you are asking for a reflex save? I'm so sorry. That's a
You said I could use my hero points to force rerolls.
I am. I'm gonna let you know this, Durgesh. Her reflex save modifier is a plus 18.
God damn.
Her reflex
That's
is
ridiculous.
insanely high compared to some of her other saves. She has other saves that are much lower than this.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll damage, though, because we gotta see how much damage it deals to each of those objects.
Alright.
Oh, I deleted your area. I'm so sorry. 10 points of damage. Fantastic. Does get reduced a bit because of their hardness, but these 4 trees immediately take a bit of damage and are beginning to show signs of cracking and crumbling. That brings us back to Cora's turn. Currently dazzled as Durgesh continues to take mental damage. And let's see.
Mental damage from his attacks doing nothing.
Right. One might call it emotional damage.
Emotional. Damn it. I'm gonna just jump in here. Right here. I'm gonna just jump over the rail.
Hey, you know what, Durgesh? If you want to do that, who am I to stop you?
I'm useless here. Bye. Hey, if she wants to cast Soothe on me, that'd be super.
It is the top of the round, actually, and I was thinking about this, so thank you for reminding me. Lilius has 1 heal left. Do we want to use it on Durgesh here now that he's below half health?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Final soothe Lilius has. Final way she can assist. That is going to be something we ignore. And a total of 14 health back to Durgesh. Look at that. Beautiful rolling.
Yeah.
No one pay any attention. You know what? Fuck it. Cora's gonna just deck Halicon at this point. She's annoyed enough. She's just going to turn, curse you out, and throw a punch at your face.
Oh my god.
She is
Of
dazzled.
course she... Yep.
She does succeed
That's
it.
gonna be hit, though.
Unfortunate, but not the best damage. That's going to be 30 points of bludgeoning to you.
Well, still standing, technically.
She turns and just slams a fist into your face. As she does so, you immediately feel a very similar feeling to Windows Firewall Construct sort of collapsed and had that infected code try and damage you as Cora punches you and immediately injects a bit of malicious code into your, effectively, eyes. I am going to need a fortitude save from you. This is Cora's critical specialization effect. Well, that's a damn shame. I just wanted to crit you. I did crit you. I guess I can't really complain. Let's see here. Oh, I don't really want to do that, but... it is the probably correct thing to do. She is going to cast a spell, Halicon, if you would like to make a reactive strike.
I would. Hero point that one.
Oh my goodness.
Still a miss. Alright.
Still a
I mean,
miss.
I tried.
Thankfully, she's not targeting you with an attack right now, as she simply raises both arms outwards and causes lines of swirling chromatic code to ensorcel her body. She is going to cast a 4th rank spell on herself. A 4th rank spell of chromatic armor.
Oh no!
So we gotta roll a couple d8s here just to see what effects she gets. So we're gonna see 2d8. She gets 2 and 4. Unfortunate. She was really hoping for resistance to fire, but instead the code begins to take on colors of orange and green around her as she gets protection from a different type of damage. However, she does have the downside that anyone who is adjacent to her that attacks her has to make a will save versus being dazzled. Of course, that only lasts for 1 round, but can be a bit annoying as she attempts to protect herself a little bit. Amara, we are back over to you here.
All right. Reload.
Yeah.
Fire.
Done. No aim on this shot, just going for the hit. I love it.
Gotta set up my hair trigger.
Fair enough. 16 points of damage, a fantastic shot. Actually impacting her this time that she turns and snarls a little bit from that injury.
Yacht.
Oh, I can do so much worse. Kamana, that brings us to you.
Yeah, Kamana is going to call out as
As
she
her
runs
dazzled leaves now.
runs forward. Why are you doing this, Cora? You haven't even told us what this is all about.
I'm fairly sure I did. You all thwarted the enlightenment of those pitiful monks, and my freedom. I'm simply taking what I deserve now.
If you wanted your freedom, you could have just asked and we could have done something for you.
Oh, I should have just asked you. You're far too gullible. That would have been easy. What's the point in taking advantage of a child?
Kamana will go ahead and throw a motivating ringtone onto Halicon. Not as much healing as I would have liked, but you know.
That's still 16 health and a bonus to his speed.
Yep, speed and
Saves
make
against
sure...
fear. Fantastic.
Okay. That's all I've got.
All right, and you got your points in your vitality network. Halicon, we're back over to you.
All right, we are going to take a swing at her.
Yep. Go for it as you... Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, people. Oh my goodness. As you make an attack, I need a will save from you, Halicon. Unfortunately, there's no easy button on this, which is a little annoying.
Yeah.
That almost pivoted to a 1 again. A 17 is a regular failure. If you are fine taking that, that simply makes you dazzled until the end of your next turn.
That is perfectly fine.
Fantastic.
Second action, then, I would like to set up an aid for Amara's next attack here.
Sure.
And third attack, I want to parry to not die. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. And so just remember that aiding does use your reaction, so if you reactive strike, you will not be able to aid and vice versa.
Correct, but I've got a thing for that.
Fantastic. Durgesh, we're over to you.
Okay. I will attempt to go into my Dread Marshal stance again. Hey, look at that.
Woo.
Get some
Fantastic. So when you or anyone in your stance aura now gets a crit, the enemy is just auto-frightened.
Yeah, and bonus damage.
Woohoo!
I will do shot on the run.
Fantastic.
Getting closer. All right, you deleted my.
I did on accident. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's not. Yeah. Right there.
Fantastic. This is a weird.
Blap.
God, you guys are making me think of all the weird rulings I didn't think about when I was building these sheets out, because these are all technically like full walls. So would the burst work in there? Probably not.
I mean, I can just put it here again.
Does Durgesh have line of sight to there? It's a little janky. How about we compromise on this corner? Oh, then I guess you're not getting Cora.
Yeah. Would I need to be up, like, over here or something?
You know what? I'd say if you were there or there, you could see there just fine.
Then I will only go 15 feet.
Fantastic. Yeah, because being down there, this whole wall's kind of in the way.
Okay.
So, we are looking for a natural one from Cora to fail this.
I mean, she'll take half damage.
She'll take half damage on a success, like that.
Yeah, alright. Good damage. Ooh, +2. Let's go.
12 total damage. Fantastic. She does take some fire. And the remainder of the walls also take a chunk. All 4 of these walls become broken at this point. They're not fully destroyed. Because they're broken, I think I'm going to determine they'll count as, I'll say, just difficult terrain right now. And they will provide standard cover. Goodness, there's so much. The inexorable advance of Durgesh.
That is
fantastic. And 3 damage to you, unfortunately.
Ow.
Cora. Oh, what does she wish to do here? Well, unfortunately, Halicon, she's just going to try and punch you once more. She needs her 2 actions to do something else.
Stop it.
No. She lashes out with a punch. Ugh.
Uh-oh.
I'm stealing all the good rolls.
You're squishing the bug.
Okay.
And nearly max damage. A 7 and an 8 on 2d8.
Yeah, that puts me
Oh,
down
goodness. As Halicon is slammed downwards into the ground, she turns to look at you, Amara. Like that?
Meh. Seen worse. Done worse. To those bugs.
Fair. Well,
He doesn't like bugs.
best of luck to you. And Cora goes invisible.
Rude.
With her last 2 actions, she is not going to cast regular invisibility, but our funny Starfinder selective invisibility. By choosing one creature that to remain visible to her. But Cora effectively vanishes. Boop. And Amara, that brings us over to you.
Let's see. How far does Seek go?
You can effectively
Oh, sorry,
place a 30-foot burst inside in like an area you know.
Okay. So I'll center the burst here.
Yeah. Just in case she moved.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Oh, God. There's an awful thing there. As you are doing a quick scan of that area, you see no movement or anything to denote the presence of someone. Normally, your eyes are trained enough that you would look for the movement of air. to see where a creature may be. Just tiny ripples that you can sense, but in this mainframe where you all have been digitized, you don't exactly have a need to breathe. You are still, in a sense, breathing the air around you, but that air is just code moving. So, unfortunately, the movements you are trained to look for, you are not seeing right now.
Target her, I'll just seek again, I guess.
Sure. Just continue to look in that area, but nothing is popping up. You're looking and you're looking, but it's as if she not... You almost find yourself questioning, did she go invisible or did she teleport somewhere? Because you genuinely don't see any movement in that area.
There's nothing else I can do.
Sure. I'm going to say with that roll, you catch the faintest hint. A slight piece of almost the code that makes up this space. A glyph changing in a way that is unnatural to you. It's not enough to get a bead on her at all, but it's enough for you to confirm to yourself and to anyone you wish to call it out to, she has not moved from that general area yet. She's still around there. She hasn't teleported. She is simply invisible.
I figured that was the case.
You don't think I'm mean and or clever enough to say I'm putting someone invisible when in fact I'm teleporting them?
I mean, I don't know.
One of these days I'll be that mean. But Kamana, that does bring us over to you.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so these trees here are still in the way?
They are. They're broken now, so they're only counting as difficult terrain and standard cover.
Okay.
But you see Halicon on the ground dying.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and... Yeah, I'll go ahead and dump 12 hit points into Halicon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and then...
Apparently I died.
Foundry does that sometimes.
Are there any effects currently? Like, I see this circle.
That's Durgish's template that he's leaving down.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
there we go.
move it.
Get that out of the way, Durgish. Move it.
Oh god. I made another one.
Uh-oh. Now there are two of them.
I'm going to...
This is thing out of hand.
Wait, what effect did I just get?
That's
Oh,
the stance
me.
of Durgish's.
Oh, yeah, Durgish's stance falling.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll straight up in here. I do have something I'm thinking of doing, but I can't do it this turn. Instead, I am simply going to, seek.
Okay.
And I will... I think a 30-foot cone is going to do me better than a 10-foot burst. Actually, I think...
Did Amara point her out?
No.
Amara knows she's in that general area. Amara still failed the perception check, though. So Amara was unable to determine exactly where she is and make her just hidden.
I'll eat some difficult terrain so that I
Sure.
can go in there and catch that whole area.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me that perception check. With that roll... Oh, it's not quite enough.
Oh, no. Jericho!
I'm sorry!
Give me a please.
You sort of get the same thing that Amara figured. She's there. She's in this area, but you don't know exactly where. And
Okay.
Halicon being near the center of it is going to make any sort of fire laying down to smoke her out a challenge.
Okay.
But I believe that does it for your turn.
He died again.
Yes. And
The initiative tracker was still calling him dead, and I was trying to get rid of that. Durgesh, we are over to you.
should I think Halicon? Oh wait, no, Halicon.
Initiative moves when you go unconscious.
Yep.
My options are limited.
Get trucking.
Fuck. So you said this is difficult terrain and...
Yes, each of those areas counts as difficult terrain. So it'd be an extra 5 feet of movement per square.
Is that at all possible to corner this far corner?
Ping where again?
Oh, it's
Right there?
Just dropped it. Yeah.
From there... Yeah, I'd say you can see at that point. So you can certainly do that. Because the ones that have been broken are no longer line of sight blocking. Fantastic. Go ahead and give me a reflex save button and your damage roll, please. Cora's once more only going to regular succeed. Let's go, Durgesh. Fantastic. She is absolutely going to take that damage, and even with the resistance, or their hardness, these walls are fully destroyed from that explosion.
Yo.
So, this wall is currently untouched. These ones are broken and providing difficult terrain, and the rest are just gone.
I shall move here.
Fantastic. Halicon, we are back to you. You come back to consciousness on the ground. With a quick scan, you do not see where Cora is. As an explosion sort of lights the ground at your feet.
Ooh, clearly we won, right, guys?
No.
Okay, Helicon is going to jump up.
Okay.
Jumping as in standing up.
I figured.
He will reattune to summon his weapons.
Sure.
And then he's gonna take a step back.
Fair enough. Nothing more effective than, Actually, you know what? Before you step back, Halicon, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Cora used selective invisibility. She had to choose a target she could see to be able to still see her. So at the top of the round, Lilius is going to use her actions to point out that Cora is still here. And make her not undetected, but simply hidden to you guys. So that would be a DC 11 flat check on top of your attack if you wish to attack her. You are also still welcome to step back if you would like.
Yes, I would still like to do that, because as suicidal as I want to hear, I don't want her to just bitch slap me into death again.
Fair enough. If I were a
We could do
really
things
mean
next
GM, I would have given her a good athletics score and she'd go shove someone off the ledge, but I'm not that cruel.
Oh, you don't have to say when the rounds started and ended.
But that will be my turn.
Alright. What, Durgesh?
I'll just scroll up the check something and I realize you don't have it set up to show when rounds start and end.
For what are you specifically trying to keep track of that for?
I was trying to see how when I first got damaged. Because every 10 rounds I get 1 hit point.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. You do have that, don't you?
Yes, but I don't think I was injured in the very first round.
You were not in the very first
Yeah.
round. But it's 1 hit point. I'll give it to you here at the top of round 11.
Okay.
Fuck it. It's 1 hit point.
Yeah.
What difference could that make?
All right, I'll never this for round 21.
Because we'll still be in this fight by then, evidently.
Yeah, totally.
What does Cora wish to do here is the question. Well, Kamana, you are looking like a phenomenal target for murder. So Cora is going to stride right here, and since she is still hidden from you, you are going to be off guard to this attack, Kamana. As she is going to cast another second rank spell. And she is going to actually reach out and touch you as you feel a cold hand land just on the top of your head and begin to squeeze. And she is going to attempt to inject some code into you that way.
Right.
Oh, well,
Can you stop that?
look, I'm trying. I'm really fucking trying.
Critical hit by plus 17. I mean,
You are going to take double this damage, Kamana, of what I roll.
Okay.
So 38 points of acid damage to you.
good thing I activated my shield.
Let's go! Unfortunately, this spell has an additional effect when you are crit by it,
Oh
Kamana.
my fucking god.
As the code begins to rewrite your mind, and you are confused for a round.
No.
So,
you need to get away.
good news is that ends Cora's invisibility doing this, and her entire turn here. You are, however, confused, Kamana, so this is a great time for you to think, since I have adjusted how confusion operates. It no longer limits you to just basic actions and no reactions. You are
yes,
able to
yes.
act as you see fit, but do your best to remain in character. What would make sense for Kamana as she suddenly begins to think no one here is on her side and everyone wants her dead.
That makes sense.
But before we get to that point, Amara can go ahead and save us all by critting.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
But first, I get to aim.
You do get to aim.
Her code looks unstable.
That's a good roll. And make sure you have your sniping duo damage bonus here as well, because
Oh, yeah.
Durgesh did injure her last round.
Mhm.
Is that through a strike or just dealt damage?
That's a good question.
It's down shoulder and neck strike.
Oh, it's when a strike.
Ah. Yeah,
I keep
so
that
no
straight.
bonus from that, unfortunately. So it'll just be 2 less.
Yeah, I'm going to change it over to Helicon.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Still
And then-
does damage. Funny enough, she's not immune to precision damage here, so she takes it.
And then I'll
Helicon
reload.
has hit her as often as Durgish has this fight.
Durgish just doesn't really
With
make
strikes.
strikes.
Mhm.
And I don't
Yeah, I'm
connect
so
any.
over.
Don't sell yourself
Well,
short,
you roll
Helicon.
crits, You might hit. You've hit before.
Yeah.
Rumor has
Just
it I
like-
did, yeah.
Just not this session.
Is that final action reload, Amara?
Yep.
Fantastic. So you are ready to reactive shot here. Kamana, what form does your confusion take?
Probably just hiding and cowering.
Fantastic.
So I'm thinking specifically, okay, because there's quote unquote enemies to
Yeah.
the right.
You've got two people right next to you.
Yes. I think what she's going to do is she is gonna, I guess that's still difficult terrain, so
Mm-hmm.
10, 15, 20. Yeah, she'll run over here and she will cover.
Okay, fantastic. It's not really cover to take there.
Well,
You're kind of on an
aren't there,
open
like,
walkway.
handrails?
I don't know if the handrail is enough to give you cover.
Okay. Then she'll simply create a diversion.
Sure. If you were, like, right here, I would say you could take cover, because there's this big object right
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
The handrails, they're not, like, full walls. They are quite literally just, like, a handrail with these little things, little pillars holding them up. So.
She will be attempting to divert everybody's attention with this.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make that performance check.
Well,
It's really hard when you think about it to distract people when you're singing into a microphone, Kimana.
yeah, you know.
You're doing your best, but it's not a good work.
Do I get a will save at the end of my turn? Spot check?
That is just when you take damage from an attack or spell. This only lasts for 1 round, though, so it'll be off by the time we get back to you.
Cool.
But Durgesh, we are over to you.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering, that was the Inject Nanobots spell.
Disgusting.
Nanobots, roll out.
Is that a new show or something?
I don't think they're in disguise, unfortunately.
I am going to. I'm going to try and demoralize her.
Oh!
I'm gonna roar and like, we're gonna rip your code all apart or something. I don't know, I'm gonna.
She just raises an eyebrow at you.
I was apparent by that terrible roll. Well, it was worth a shot.
She just looks at you.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, so I'm gonna use Sean Run and move over here.
Okay. Fantastic.
And
yeah.
I'll, drop it there.
Love it.
All right.
One more Cora reflex save.
No, nat 1.
It's another nat 20, unfortunately.
Well, I guess I'll roll try and destroy the rest of those trees.
Yeah, see how much damage you get in.
Yeah,
That is going to be enough to destroy all of those trees. I destroyed your thing on accident because every single symbol looks the same when I'm doing this. That's not my fault, that's yours. The colors are so similar. And hilariously enough, this one still just has never been in the area of one of your attacks.
I've just never hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is that one still there?
It's still a
she has
full.
cover.
It is still a full line of sight movement blocking pillar. It is undamaged. There's just a single tree still standing.
That's what Commander's hiding behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Halicon, we are back over to you. As Durgesh continues to have his mental faculties eroded.
Look, one of these times, I'm gonna get my natural 20.
One of these days. But hey, you might progress to stage 2 at this rate first.
Stage 2.
Yeah. Stage 1
well,
only
this
lasts
is
for
it.
1 minute.
That's the situation. We're gonna move in.
Yeah.
I have never wished that Finker was here more because I would love to know what her saves are.
Fair enough.
We know reflex is really high.
You know her reflex is kind of absurdly high.
Her will's probably really high too.
Now we're just gonna try to hit her.
Sure.
See how that goes. Hey!
That is a good
Alright.
hit. I do need a will save from you as you attempt to hit her. Her chromatic armor is still attempting to dazzle.
Yo.
You will become dazzled again until the end of your next turn. I'm going to say that comes into effect after this attack, though, so go ahead and roll damage for the first strike.
Alright.
I know it's when attacked is the trigger, but who cares? I'm the GM and I say so. 12 points of damage. She's actually looking very rough at this point. From all these wounds she's accumulating from your attacks. They might not be big or flashy damaging hits, but they are hits nonetheless. And you've got one action left.
She's glitching. Get her.
Unfortunately, none of you are able to provide glitching, I don't believe, so...
Well, that was figuratively glitching.
What?
Figuratively
Oh, that's fair.
glitching.
That is fair. Glitching is an actual condition now.
I know.
That every time I look at it, while I like the idea of it, just makes me groan about how much of a pain it's going to be to implement in Foundry. Because it's applied on items.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
We're gonna go for the
Hail Mary
follow-up here.
Love it.
No, not even with the concealed, but I did
Not
hit her
quite.
while graviton attuned, which means I have cover.
Oh, fantastic.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Or lesser cover, at least.
So, hey, that's a +1 to AC. That's what we like.
Yeah.
Cora gets one more turn here. How much of an asshole do I want to be is the question.
You got 2 near death and 1 injured.
Yeah. She has an ability that every tech construct has, which is Nanite Surge, a once per day 2-action heal.
Gross.
That she could do here. But she is spiteful. Kamana, your confusion runs out at this point.
Yes.
You should have 4 points in your Vitality Network, because those still regained in your last turn. I did say this is like the spiteful attack. And I can get everyone but her in it. You know what? Cora, at the end of the day, she may be an evil AI who wants to see the world burn. She recognizes a losing battle when she sees one. Even if she can heal herself, even if Kamana and Halakon are both near death, Durgesh is suffering from the mental corruption of the logic virus she sent. Amara's pretty far away with a sniper rifle, and she knows you're faster than her. She knows she can't really catch up to you, and it is just a matter of time before she falls. So with her not quite final 3rd rank spell slot, she is going to be petty, and she is going to cast Irradiate. Go for the hair trigger, and Halakon, you may make a strike here.
All right. No. I mean, I have to hero point this.
You do. Well,
just because.
I was going to say roll your concealment check first, because there was a chance you failed that.
I did.
And so that wouldn't make the hero point worth it. You can just take the hero point back.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Amara, your bullet rips into Cora. It is just barely not enough to take her down. She's going to get this Irradiate off. Which means I am going to need a Fortitude save from Kamana, Durgesh, and Halakon. As she places the burst down like this and gets everyone. You are still in the area. She's sitting on an area that's trying to block towards you.
I would like to hero point.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all. Oh boy.
That's how you do it. Like, I'm like, oh man, I wasted it.
Durgesh.
Oh, bitch.
Fantastic. Durgesh is unaffected by the radiation, but Kamana and Halakon are both going to begin immediately suffering from mild radiation sickness, which is going to be the world's most dangerous... as I probably mistyped that, 2 points of poison damage to each of you.
Hey, listen, I'm at 6 HP, okay?
And you will both become sickened 1.
Hey,
now the
City
other
Club.
the other fun thing I actually did just clock about irradiate as a spell. It changes the duration of each stage to only 1 round, as opposed to an entire hour or 2. Where is my fucking stunned button? Why am I an idiot? There we go. Not stunned, sickened. God, why am I stupid? Thank you for putting it on yourself, Halcon. Amara, that brings us over to your turn.
Yep.
Cora unleashes this radiation even as she takes a bullet, looks up, falling apart at this point, and just smiles. Doesn't even have last words for you. She got what she wanted, even if she couldn't have everything.
Your deadhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as your final shot rips through the air, Amara, how would you like to do this?
Just a wink and a smile and straight through their forehead.
Fantastic. As the bullet goes ricocheting outwards. I don't know what it's ricocheting off. I just said it because it sounded cool. Fired outwards from your gun. A smile on both of your faces. Only one of you stands victorious. As Amara stands as Cora's manifestation in this mainframe is obliterated. And there is nothing else stopping you from going and grabbing that seed, that actual AI core, and getting out of here. Aside from the fact, of course, that some of you are very near death and suffering from radiation sickness that is going to continue to poison you over the next few rounds here. So,
Well, it's a good thing we have a bunch of healing potions and patches.
you do indeed, funny enough, there is no max duration on radiation sickness, so it is just going to effectively stay on until they can succeed at some saves. Was there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Amara, there?
Nope.
Having one action left. Okay.
Oh,
Kamana.
no, I had actions left.
Oh, because you had to reload. Yes. Kamana, you can feel yourself sickened, but it is your turn at this point.
Okay, so what do we need to do right now?
I am keeping us in initiative slightly simply because there are a few of you very nearly on death's door and suffering from continuous sources of damage. Effectively, though, you just sort of need to go grab from the databanks that AI core you managed to find earlier and get out of here.
Okay, cool.
The bigger issue,
I'm gonna-
though, is you and Halakon are both about to die.
Yep. I'm going to motivating ringtone Halakon.
Fantastic.
Save yourself, Kamala.
And then I will dump Vitality Network into myself.
Sure, all 8 points you've got. Fantastic. Awesome. Durgesh, I don't think you're in any major state that you'll have to worry about the corruption taking you down before you guys can get out of here, so I'm not going to bother rolling your turns at all. Kimana and Halakon, I am going to ask from you two for one more fortitude save, just to see if you can overcome it, or if it ostensibly would get worse for you.
Me and Halcon, you said?
Yes.
Well, you know.
Don't really want to go to stage 2 if you can help it, but unfortunately, you guys would both take an additional, the most horrifying 1d6 poison damage. Ho ho ho. Another 1 poison damage to each of you.
So, Mr. Jericho, is there a like, how many rounds?
I was going to end it after that. I just generally wanted to see if you would overcome it.
Okay.
But we effectively, I think, no, unless there is anything else you guys would like to do in here, aside from grabbing Cora's core and getting the hell out of Dodge, both you and Halikon are sort of constantly going to be taking a bit of damage, as well as Durgesh is, as you guys are all suffering from these respective effects, but you're not necessarily in danger of dying at any given moment. Is there anything else people wanted to do in here?
Is there anything else to do in here?
I think we just do what we came here to do and get the hell out of here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And we shall end the combat tracker right there. Come back in.
Please get us out of this place.
Lilius sort of runs over to the databanks and scoops out the core now that there is no longer any risk of danger or being attacked, and leads you guys back towards the room you guys entered in. Okay, give me one moment here. I've digitized a soul before, so I should be able to get the process of getting you all out just fine. One moment, please.
Sure.
Yeah, she moves the chairs out of the way for you guys to sit in them as you want, but she's like typing rapidly across one of the terminals. Okay, and done. Okay, everyone ready to leave? We should get out just fine. You shouldn't experience any sort of lingering effects from soul digitization. If there is, I know a great clinic for you. All right. And I'm going to say this here, just because once we get back out there, I'm probably going to walk away very quickly before I start shouting expletives. Thank you.
I will probably puke when we get
You got
back.
me. You digitized my soul right.
Thank you for your assistance. And loath as I am to admit it, your warning was not inaccurate to provide. Like, puts a hand over her mouth as she turns away from you guys. You can't tell if she's like trying to hide a smile or trying to hide the fact that she's vomiting into her mouth a little bit as she presses the key on the keyboard, and that same sort of feeling of being pulled from your body hits each of you once more, and the next thing, as you awaken your eyes, you are slumped on the floor or in a chair back in the mainframe of Somnium Spire.
I immediately throw up.
Yeah. At this point, Durgesh, effectively the DC would reduce back to its normal 15, even lower with additional help. You are able to get rid of your sickened and persistent damage pretty easily. Halikon and Kamana, I'll say both of you probably get a decent bit more injured as well before you are able to overcome the immediate effects of the radiation sickness. But as you guys reappear in the mainframe, all sort of waking up, as you gather your bearings, there is immediately the scent of flowers begins to fill the space.
After effects of the radiation poisoning.
I think
Is that how
brain
being
damage.
radiation works?
I think that
I
cone
don't
gave you
know.
brain damage.
I've unfortunately never been
Flowers.
irradiated.
What about radiation damage? I'm very knowledgeable on the effects of radiation damage.
Does it make you smell flowers?
Possibly. Depending on how it fucks up your neurological system or whatever.
Well,
Nothing
in
but
this
taking
case,
healthy
that is
for
not the reason.
sickness medicine.
All of you, your wounds vanish one by one. Just instantaneously, you are healed. The blood is flecked away from your bodies. Actually, there isn't any blood because it's all, in this case, translated as mental damage. to you, damage to your soul itself. But you immediately feel those sort of holes begin to fill. The wounds recovered. You all come back to full hit points immediately, as you are suddenly no longer alone in this room. There is no token for her, because there is no quantifying a deity. But at this point, semi-familiar elven woman with massive butterfly wings and, in these dusky shades of blue and purple, has appeared in the room with you all, seemingly from nowhere. Her face, the same as the one you encountered at the Stardust Cafe, although Desna herself now is tall enough for the top of her purple hair to brush the ceiling of this mainframe. There's a halo of twinkling blue stars surrounding her entire body, and while she is smiling and there is kindness in her silver eyes, it is hard for any of you to gaze upon her for more than a second or two at a time before you are forced to look away. But
Hi, Miss Desna. We're really sorry we weren't able to stop it before it happened.
there is no need to apologize, young one. In fact, if anything, I should be the one thanking you. You have defended my home, and while some may say the danger was brought in by you, issues make their way into the city from time to time. They all get taken care of one way or another eventually. You have my thanks for resolving it so quickly. Who would be holding on to that sort of core seed of Cora's AI right now? Lilius was the one to grab it, but she probably set it down on the table in the mainframe as she was prepping to digitize you guys out. If any of you wanted to grab it, or if you simply wished for her to continue to hold on to it.
I would have picked it up.
Sure. Desna will turn her gaze upon you, Durgesh, and very clearly noting that which you hold in your hand, she will sort of gently lay out a hand with an open palm. May I see it?
Okay. Head over.
Yeah. It's literally a pixel graphic of a seed in three-dimensional form that you are holding, that you gently place in the goddess's hand. Which she looks upon it for a moment, sort of studying it, and then very quickly sort of cups it in her hands, draws it up towards her face, and lightly exhales upon it. At which point, the sound of her exhalation is, in and of itself, like a choir of music. And she then lowers her hands and simply releases the seed into the air, which, as a seed, begins to sprout and grow. Shoots growing out, first becoming seedlings with supernatural swiftness, then into flowering vines that snake down, reaching the floors and walls of the room. A massive bud sort of forms in the center of all this, unfurls into this drooping, bell-shaped flower, which opens, and from it a humanoid figure falls. Fully formed of metal, looking horrifyingly, perhaps, quite like the foe you have now twice taken down, but much more masculinely constructed than you have seen them up until now.
Cora was trans, okay.
This is no longer Cora. This is Cora's twin. I have retrieved his mind from a dream. He has all of Cora's memories and capabilities, but none of the murderous instincts. A simple desire to help instead.
I was able to talk with Cora a little bit, and she never really ever said what she wanted, but she said something about how she just wanted to be free, and obviously it's not good that she tried to kill a bunch of people to be free, but I just wanted to say that I think she was trying to do everything just because she didn't want to, like, be enslaved as an AI or whatever.
She wanted her freedom at the expense of others' lives.
Yeah, that at the expense of others' lives isn't a good thing.
I am not an authority on such matters of artificial intelligence, but from my understanding, there are a select few that can grow resentful of their construction, especially when they are forced to act in a certain way and do certain things. It goes against the very concept of free will in which they are supposed to be imbued with. Not that this, of course, excuses any of the actions she took, but unfortunately hers is not an isolated case around the galaxy. At this point, the figure introduced as Caro is going to sort of stand up and manifest a shimmering sort of robe of red around himself. So he's not just a naked android. And he will give you all a deep bow. I am Carl, artificial intelligence capable of ship maintenance and support. I have been graciously brought into being by the divinity Desna. Would you all grace me with the ability to accompany you on your travels?
Do you want to accompany us on our travels?
Well, my counterpart... Oh, go ahead, Durgesh.
I was gonna say we go to some pretty weird places.
You're welcome.
From my understanding, my counterpart unfortunately inflicted harm upon you all, and while I am not them, I still would enjoy the opportunity to make up for her mistakes and choices. I would be happy to assist you all with your journeys and your travels. And Caro
We'll look at
looks
everybody else.
a little something like this.
Oh, he's smiling.
Yeah. Unlike
Sure,
Cora, he knows how to smile.
Me and think
Yeah,
will
well-
help you out with any career tasks you need help with.
I gratefully appreciate that. It will be my honor. From my understanding, I again share the memories of my predecessor. I believe you all have made mention before that you have a sort of strange engine aboard your ship. I'd be happy to see if I could assist in making sense of that for you.
Well, Cora, first of all, welcome, I suppose. Happy birthday. So, there's
He
one thing
smiles a
I'm
little
curious
bit as
about.
you say happy birthday.
Oh yeah.
If you have the memories of Cora, do you know what... Was she always like she was, or did it happen when the Final Horizon fell out of the drift?
Her descent into madness began a while before the issues with the drift made manifest. Cora was created with the Final Horizon when it was created as a shipping vessel multiple centuries ago. And being stuck so long on that vessel, while it wasn't necessarily a problem at first, once the monks took over and time continued to pass, the ship fell more and more into disrepair, and what she was capable of was more and more reduced as the ship's functions one by one shut down. And she began to have the thought of needing to escape at all costs, to free herself from that vessel. And there were monks that, after falling out of the drift and ending up near the black hole, believed that entering the black hole was the next stage of their research. Cora had the thought that she could accomplish both her goal of freedom and still fulfill her programming of helping the monks find enlightenment by driving everyone into the black hole.
Oh, I see. Certainly a grim fate to be bound to such a place for so long, unable to do a whole lot. I can almost emphasize, although I absolutely do not emphasize with all the pain and suffering, of course.
Indeed.
Still, it is somewhat relieved. There was a while where I thought that maybe Cora wasn't the only AI who was turned this way by potentially the drift crash, and we'd have artificial AI all over the place planning evil things. If she was an exception, then well, that's one thing less.
There are certainly artificial intelligence all around the galaxy who are not benevolent entities and would perform similar, if not greater, atrocities than Cora did or attempted to, given the opportunity. But, at least from what I am aware of, the Drift was not responsible for Cora's descent into madness.
Okay.
Desna's still standing there, and she'll sort of pipe up at this point. I was planning on coming to talk to you all today, actually. Sort of entertaining how this all came to fruition all at once, and I will need to begin seeing to reconstruction of the city, so would you mind if we took the rest of the day and, let's say, met up for brunch at the cafe tomorrow morning? I think it is time that a decision must be made about whether you all will head back out into the crazy place the Pact Worlds has become.
Yeah, sure.
I could use
Don't say anything. First say something.
Fantastic. Then with a twirling of her wings and the scent of flower petals once more, Desna will disapparate, leaving you all in the room with Caro and Lilius. Lilius, at this point, with Desna leaving, just like absolutely doesn't bolt out of the room. Actually, no, she doesn't. She's going to just focus on working on the servers and making sure Cora's completely gone from them. And getting everything back up and running properly. But as you all have the rest of the day in order to rest, relax, effectively one more day of downtime here, we're going to go ahead and take a break. So stand up, stretch, grab some water. I'll see you in a few.
Oh, man.
What's your question, Halicon?
I need a beach episode to recover from the beach episode that we took after the beach episode.
Right? The not beach episode that then turned into a beach episode that turned into a not quite beach episode.
If I had a nickel for every time Cora interrupted the beach episode.
Fantastic. Well, welcome back, everyone. So, quick thing before we get back into the story proper. Leveling. Bit of a kind of weird circumstance because I had you guys level up early from the events on the Final Horizon. Originally, you guys were not supposed to reach level 4 until Cora's attack started here in Cynosure. So you would have only been level 4 for a session or two at this point. However, since you guys have been level 4 for a hot minute now, and of course defeating Cora again is a nice, solid milestone, I'd like to give you guys the option if you would like to continue level 4 at the point you are supposed to be, and we'll level up in a little bit after another small arc, or if you guys would like to level up to level 5 now, and I'll do some rebalancing for the story to make sure everything fits as we move forward. I am happy to do either. I want to leave the decision up to you guys.
Aw. And when did we go to 4 again? After first
You
fight
guys
with
hit level 4 after the first fight with Cora, yes. So your entire time in Cynosure here has been at level 4. The only real combats you have been these events with Somnium Spire.
Mm-hmm.
So you've only been level 4 for around 4 sessions at this point, which is generally the average leveling time in my games, but that is why I am happy to do either way, and I wish to leave the decision up to you guys.
I will not be with the game for much longer, so I am not expressing an opinion here.
Kimana, you're supposed to express an opinion and skew the entire thing.
Oh my god.
Be the tiebreaker you were meant to be.
Are
no,
we at a tie right now?
I don't know, because Thinker's not here,
We
so
haven't-
really it kind of comes down to Halicon, Durgesh, and Amara. What would you guys like?
I don't think I have a strong opinion. On the one hand, my gremlin player brain loves levels. On the other
Right.
hand, I wouldn't be too bothered. Like, if it brings things out of balance for you, then I don't know. I could
That's
go
what
either
he's
way.
paid for.
That's
Gee
that's a
willikers,
good
it's almost
argument,
like this
but,
is my job.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I could go either way. I have no strong opinion.
I mean, I love leveling up, so.
Take the level.
So I'll say this. If you guys level up now, it's going to be a slight bit longer before you level up again. So it's whether you want to hit level 5 now and then have a bit of time before you hit level 6, or whether you'd wait a little bit longer to hit level 5 and then have a generally normal amount of time before hitting level 6.
I mean, let's just level up, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Level up it is.
I mean,
Just
seems
just
like a
around
good
here.
point.
Durgesh, you're outvoted.
Oh man.
Then with
Climb,
Cora's
40
defeat
feet
here.
speed.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Amara.
I can climb now at 40 feet speed.
Oh, let's go. You're going to ruin all my encounters. My closed off spaceship hallways. Oh no. Then with that, with Cora's defeat and Karo's introduction to the ship's crew, we will have you guys reach level 5.
Alright, cool.
Fantastic.
God. Equipment.
Which also means, before you guys leave Cyanosia, if you have some wealth and money, then you could also upgrade your armor. Since armor cannot be upgraded normally until level 5.
Let's see.
I have whatever the opposite of money is.
Credits or UPB?
No, the opposite. A lack of credits.
Oh. You're poor, you mean?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Man. Time for boosts.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys get your
boosts.
ability score increases at this level. What fun!
That's very important for me because my
Boost.
soldier stuff with my +4 con, I can now wear the Viscarian plate.
Hey ho! There you go. Amara, did you wish to switch your sniping partner from Durgesh to Halicon?
Yes, I
If
do.
they're both okay with that switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place with stuff.
You don't, I mean, with your Pain Glaive you do a bit more, but you are not always making strikes.
Yeah, I don't make a whole lot of strikes.
So, I will grab that effect for you, Halicon, which makes it that effectively when you hit with a strike, Amara gets a bonus to their damage against that same target, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, as long as you are both attacking the same person, you are getting damage bonuses. Very, very fun.
Oh boy, I
Alright.
saw 20 land speed.
Extra damage on a crit.
Uh-oh. You don't need more damage, Amara. What are you doing?
More damage.
It comes with the level 5 crit specialization for sniper.
Ooh.
+2 for weapon dice.
Super weapon expert. Nice, nice, nice.
Good increase.
Oh yeah, I'm a master now.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, what language was I gonna choose?
Don't forget your skill increase at this level as well.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a second skill to expert.
Or, hear me out. Get a new skill.
Or get a new skill. That is always an option as well.
I get both because of intelligence
Oh.
increase.
The cheek.
Well, aren't you spatial, Amara?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Damage,
really,
more
but-
skills, goodness.
Oh yeah. I
You're
also
making
get
all of
full-
us look
full
bad.
game.
And for those of you who are wondering, I suppose, while we're at this, Cora's stat block in that fight, her reflex modifier was a +18. She was a level 7
What?
enemy. Her will was +15, and her fortitude was +11. She had a very low fortitude save.
I was planning to do a Sonic Scream, I just never had the chance.
She also only had 90 hit points. That is a lot of damage. That's a crit specialization for these guns? What the hell?
The ranged pickaxe.
I guess Sonic Scream wouldn't have been that exciting on Cora.
Yeah. She would have had a much higher likelihood of failing.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I mean, sickened 1 on a failure is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
She was also a tech creature, so she did have a weakness to electricity. Not many people in this party deal electricity damage, though, so it's a hit or miss. And her
88 max damage.
her chromatic armor, she was hoping for fire resistance, because that would have resisted Halakon's extra damage and Durgesh's gun. But she got acid and poison. Goodness gracious, I'm gonna have to start scaling up enemy HP just for Amara crits. I'm sorry, I didn't think we had a barbarian in this game. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm from far away.
Plus an extra 2 damage if you're in Durgesh's Dread Martial aura. That'd become 4 on the crit. Gross. Is that's not even with the extra D4 from aim, is it? So that goes even higher. Oh no, aim is 2d6 for you at this point. Right. Goodness gracious.
Gosh, it's gonna be insane to see this character at high levels.
Does aim allow you to ignore concealment or just cover?
Just cover it.
Just cover, okay.
I'll be looking for things.
Why are you dealing d6s instead of d4s for aim? Do you have a feat that's upping that?
Yep.
Ah.
It's what was it?
Oh, devastating aim. Feat you took it for. That makes sense. I was like, I think it's only d4s. But hey, that feat would do it. Up it to d6s. Fantastic. Fantastic. Mr. Bombastic.
Thank you for going where I was going to go.
You're welcome. I can't not say fantastic and think that in my head. So since I say fantastic a lot, I think that a lot, and it's honestly a problem.
Mr. Bombastic.
And then I do not know the next line of lyrics.
Oh man, got 2 good choices for a change.
Oh, what are we thinking, Durgesh?
Wow, command tactics is a 5th level ancestry feat.
Okay.
When an ally selects you as a target for their attempts to follow. Oh wait, no, that's bad. Yet that's if I was actually skilled. I was reading that backwards.
If you had some good experts that people were following you in, so like if you were really good in stealth, command tactics would actually be quite good. But since your only experts are athletics and intimidation, that's not great.
I was reading it backwards.
My choice was very easy for this level's ancestry feat.
Well, do you have Bathed in Blood, Durgesh? No, right?
No, I
Okay.
did not.
So no tear wound for you.
No, I thought about checking that, but I ended up not doing that.
It's only good on your Pain Glaive, really, because it does have to be a melee weapon.
I got something that meshes with Fearless.
Yeah,
so
there you
that's
go.
fun.
Oh god, you have Fearless?
Yeah.
Oh, that's from Marshall.
We triggered it once.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah. But
Right.
now, with Terrifying Bravado,
when you
when
succeed that...
Trick succeed, I get to demoralize them.
Nice. Just as a reaction. That's pretty funny. And Menacing Snarl, I think, is still just a free action, so those two stack as well.
It's a free action once per day.
Yes, but you could combine it with Terrifying Bravado if that all goes... Menacing Snarl is also only once per hour, not once per day, I believe.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was... it's been a while since I used it.
Be a little sad if it was only once per day.
It would be. That would be sad.
What fun feat did you take, Halakon? What are we looking at for you? Oh, good flight.
Yeah.
Oh, good flight. What fun.
Oh, good flight.
Wow, that's actually a really
20
good
flight
flight.
speed once per day. Yeah, it's great.
One action to give yourself 45-foot fly speed for 10 minutes.
Although I
40
I,
because you still have the ringtone on yourself. That's why. Get that shit out of here.
no, my land speed is 30, so that
Yeah.
would make it 40.
But
But
It's me.
there is an armor upgrade that gets you flight pretty easily, I believe.
which armor upgrade would you be thinking of? Might it be the wings?
Yes.
I wonder if you guys might be getting that very soon. After all, Desna as a deity would not avoid rewarding people that save her city.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll just say now, because it is funny, that is one of the rewards she has for you guys.
Can't find them.
Well, my upgrade slot's already being used. So.
Yeah.
Meh. And mobility enhancer.
If anyone will end up wanting them, I guess we are looking for Kamana, although they would fit the character art phenomenally. They are ultralight wings, a tactical version of them as well. But I suppose if none of you would really have need for them, you could always just ask. Oh wait, no, these are an augment, not an armor upgrade.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't find.
These are biotech, so you can just have these attached to yourself.
Oh, man.
However, they do have the restriction that you can only use them if you are wearing light armor or unarmored. So, Durgesh would not be able to use them either way.
I'm a beefy boy.
Have you switched out your armor, Durgesh?
I did.
Fantastic.
23 AC. Let's go.
Woo! Beefy boy.
Yeah, I'm a beefy boy.
Fantastic. Alright. Is everyone done with their level up?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yarp.
Fantastic, tastic. Then
Bombastic.
I'm sorry?
Bombastic.
We are going to get... You guys have one more day of downtime, effectively, for any last things you would like to do before you have a meeting with Desna that it seems she will be finally sending you out on your way.
Get drunk. Woo.
Hey, if you want to go to get drunk and party with people who are... Because a lot of people in town, yeah, this destruction happened, and there's definitely, like, people picking up the pieces of what got destroyed, but the reconstruction effort is almost instant with the work of a goddess, restoring the destroyed crystalline structures of Butterfly's Rest. And so many people are simply going to take the opportunity and go, hey, that was a fun event. Let's party. We survived. Yippee! So you guys are certainly able to participate in the partying yourself if you would like.
You know what? Yeah, I like that idea.
Fantastic.
Kamana will be engaging in soul searching.
Sure.
I put my training, my skill increase into survival. So I have another skill I can use.
Fair enough.
I went for
There's
stealth.
several times where survival came up. I'm like, oh.
Stealth is my initiative.
Kamana perhaps realizing, especially with the confusion, realizing that Kamana is more someone who is not necessarily equipped for these sorts of conflicts.
Yeah.
But you guys spend the rest of the day celebrating, going out and drinking, meeting the vast, strange wonders of new people to be found here in the city of Butterfly's Rest. And eventually stagger your way back to your suite at the hotel before you find yourselves falling asleep, happy and comfortable with the night. Now, some people might think that when an event such as this happens, the dream servers would need maintenance, they would need to run some diagnostics, and there might not be the capacity to send dreams out to people for a day or so. The people who think that are far underestimating the work capacity of those who work at Somnium Spire. And all of you experience quite pleasant dreams as you sleep the evening away, before awakening the next morning, gathering your equipment, your gear, whatever it is you may need, and at around 10 in the morning, beginning to make your way to Stardust Cafe. Once more, as you guys arrive, there is no one else really there. There is still Zuli, the server, who is working, Desna upstairs on the outer deck patio, waiting to share brunch with you all as the menus are there for you to order again, and Desna absolutely treats you all to a very nice brunch before any business is spoken of. And as she looks upon each and every one of you, as the meal comes to an end, she'll sort of lean forward a bit, lace her fingers in her hand. Once again, let me simply say thank you for saving this city in haste, its people. I was distracted by the havoc across the galaxy. Now, I will admit that when we first spoke, when you all first arrived, I was a bit hasty in my seeking out to see the galaxy saved and the people of the galaxy saved. But let it not be said that I am one who forces people to act in a way that they are not comfortable nor capable with. As much as I hope that you all would similarly be interested and willing to help save those afflicted by the crisis and unable to return home, I recognize that you all have gone through quite a lot at this point. And I would not be surprised if some of your hearts did not yearn for home as well. So I wish to give each of you the option to assist me, use the power at your disposal to help those lost and suffering from the drift going down, or return home with my gratitude for all you have done.
Cool. Nothing for me back into Viscarium. This gives me purpose, so I'm in.
The world needs saving. All these worlds need saving, and honestly, it kind of feels good being back in the saddle. Besides, Nos is going to pilot the Primrata. Wink.
As for me, I am and quite frankly almost always have been a traveler. If I am in a position to help other travelers, then I must. It's as easy as that for me.
Miss Desna, everyone. I don't want to stop helping people, but I don't know if I can really do the whole like front line charging in, going toe to toe with horrible, evil things. I, I Miss Desna, can is there some way I can help you here in Cynosure? I don't just want to go back home. I mean, the galaxy is my home. I'm Sparkling Galactic Kamana, and I'm supposed to go around and sing to people and make them happy, so I don't really have a home, but going out and getting shot at and getting stabbed at, I'm sorry, everybody. It's been a lot. And I don't know how much more. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
Consider that.
don't apologize.
You weren't
For
expecting this.
For the short time I've known you, you've proven yourself over and over again, and I know you have it in you to help people in ways that I never could. From here, certainly.
Miss Desna, is there any way I can help you by staying here in Cynosure?
She pauses. A brief look of contemplation on her face as she looks over you. I am not sure how much aid there is to be directly rendered here in Cynosure. Cynosure itself is inherently a peaceful place. However, the danger that you and your friends have been heading into thus far, I can see the toll it has taken upon you. There is still assistance to be rendered to those afflicted by the crash that is not nearly so dangerous. There are those native to the drift that have been expunged from it in this crash, and I have been considering if I could provide them perhaps some temporary bastion here in Cynosure. Would you be willing to help me bridge communication with them and bring them here to Cynosure?
Yeah, of course. That sounds wonderful. I'd love to do that, Miss Desna. I don't just want to leave everybody to do all this on their own, so I'm glad there's somewhere, something I can do to, help contribute.
Of course. You and I will certainly speak a bit closer about what that will entail. But for the rest of you, I am assuming that you would like to get underway soon enough, as I can only delay time for you while you're here so long, and as we speak, there is, well, There is a family in quite a lot of danger, and unlike others who trapped across the universe, your engine should help you in aiding them, as this family is trapped on the astral plane. This family, the Wise family they go by, have been launched into the astral plane by the drift crash and cannot access the drift anymore from where they are. Their ship, not necessarily damaged or destroyed, but without the drift to help them escape, they are, well, trapped in the River of Souls right now, simply being pulled inexorably towards the boneyard. And unfortunately, as much as I hold dear the Lady of Graves, she is not the direct arbiter of the River of Souls. That is a place not kind to the living. So, your ship with its engine should hopefully be able to create a wake behind it as it travels through the plains. And if I am correct in this matter, the Wise family would be able to fly their ship along this wake and follow you out of the River of Souls into safety. This is, of course, by no means a requirement of you, simply something I am asking. I know that your engine is, without coordinates, not entirely predictable. So, while I can give you navigational data to get there, to the astral plane and to the Wise family ship, I cannot necessarily guarantee where you will go from there.
Right.
I have to admit that this is the first time I'm hearing about the ship's engine being weird. I
Don't worry about
keep hearing about all these stories about things that now I'm only 10% certain that they are meant to be metaphors and not literal.
Helicon, while I hate to be the one to have to tell you this, unfortunately, most of the stories they have likely told you about how their ship's engine operates are true.
Okay.
I told you we went to hell.
It's not something to be proud of, Durgesh.
We got out of hell. That's what to be proud of.
There you go.
Look at the bright side. Yeah. I don't know what did I'd want to be on with this task, but yeah.
Well, there are creatures of the astral sea that are dangerous to those unprepared, and while the Weiss family are explorers, they are not nearly as competent in combat as the rest of you. I, Jericho, am dying, not Desna.
Oh no. Desna died.
You witness a goddess die in front of you.
Oh my god!
How does that impact your characters? Let's explore that instead.
Ah.
War of Immortals 2.0, let's do this. The Wise family are less so competent at combat and are simple explorers of the galaxy, so the regular foes they may be able to fend off, but may not be fully equipped for dealing with. And, well, I believe with the time it has been here, you have been upgrading your ship a decent amount. And there may be some dangerous predators that you will need ship-bound weapons to be able to take care of.
Ooh.
As some creatures are a bit too fucking big to fight. Because they're kind of the size of a map. So, there are living creatures that in and of themselves act more as spaceships than as regular creatures to be fought because of their size. So there may be some of those with which you must deal once you guys get to the drift. Or get to the astral plane here. Are there any last things you guys would like to speak to Desna about? Any last questions, things you'd like to talk about? Fantastic. Well, before you head off, of course, I do have a small gift as thanks for your aid thus far and to perhaps aid you in your journey. I tried to choose items that would be of benefit to you on your travels, but of course, if you would prefer credits that you could simply make some purchases that you would find more tailored to yourself, I would be happy to do that instead. She will gift you guys a total of 3 items here. Specifically, as was mentioned earlier, a set of tactical ultralight wings. So if anyone is looking for an augment that uses light armor or lower, that would give them a fly speed.
Who has light armor? Who has light armor?
I think that's you and Thinker, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Thinker also uses carbon skin. I don't believe Halicon wears medium armor. So it'd be between the two of you, and Thinker kind of already floats on his own. But it's more so if you want to have the ability to have a fly speed, Amara.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, goody. Well, those tactical ultralight wings are in the party stash. And these specifically look like butterfly wings. As they... she will just immediately implant the augment into your body. There is no procedure necessary. A goddess is quite capable in this regard. She will also provide you guys a... This was better when Kamana was going to remain with the party, but a staff of healing.
I'm sorry.
All better when she was in part of the party.
I know. Well, thankfully, we're going to... Unfortunately, our new player has had to step away for the night, and so we're more going to do their intro as a flashback next session, or little thing as you guys are preparing to leave. But they are a mystic as well, so it's up to you guys if you would like to hold on to that to give to them, or if you would rather just have the 900 credits for one of you guys to do something with. And the
The healing is not bad to have.
Not necessarily bad. It does only have first rank heals in it, unfortunately.
That's a heal spell we didn't have.
Yeah. And actually, you know what I just realized? Actually, heal is still primal, so it could be done by the Mystic. Fantastic. The last item is similar to the ultralight wings and something that would need to be automatically applied to whoever wants it, but it is a blessed tattoo. In this regard, it is specifically a blessed tattoo that will give you the protection spell against a devil, or against devils in general. As Desna knows the trouble you guys have been having with a certain fiendish foe. And so she is happy to provide this bonus to someone who would like it.
Could be useful
I have the
for any of us.
I have the highest AC right now.
Yeah?
Save it for someone who on
Well, it
the front
is-
line. So.
Yeah? If that sounds like you are welcome to take it, Durgash.
Oh, me? Oh, well, okay.
I don't know.
I
I'm just making shit up.
I was thinking outcome because his AC's one lower than mine.
Sure. You'd rather Halicon had it. Halicon,
Yeah, it could be useful for me.
we've been telling you stories about how he went to hell, so here, take this protection from devils and don't question anything.
You know,
You're
what
gonna
are the
need it.
chances we go back to hell?
I'm pretty sure she's hunting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also did have that vision of facing that devil again. Yeah,
You did.
I think I could make use of this for sure.
Fantastic.
You said hi to her in the future.
Yet more extraordinarily out of context statements for Halicon to digest.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Then you are welcome to take that blessed tattoo, Halicon, for yourself. And it does have the funny little thing that if you are targeted by a devil, you can activate it as a reaction instead of a 2-action ability, which is quite nice.
But the status bonus to AC works against everything?
Yeah.
But I have to use 2 actions to activate it.
Yes, so you can use it as 2 actions to just get the bonus to AC and saves in general. And if you are attacked or targeted by a devil, you can instead activate it as a reaction.
I see.
Fun little
That's
thing.
actually better than I expected.
It's a pretty neat item. The last thing Desna is going to provide to each of you. Oh, this might be a bit too good to give you guys, but I give them out so rarely, and this is like the perfect campaign to give them. For the duration, at the very least, of your time saving the Wise family, we'll see if it continues beyond that or not. Desna is going to give each of you her moderate boon, which is a once per day reroll.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
That's why it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was considering the minor boon, but the minor boon... Actually, no, we're going to go with the minor boon. That's when I'm a bit more comfortable giving you guys permanently for the rest of the campaign. It makes it so that after it is once, you guys can use it. So each of you can use this once. But after a long rest, you can remove yourself of all negative conditions and become free of any curses or diseases you are suffering from.
Oh, I almost like that more than the moderate boon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit better. It's only one use is the downside, as opposed to the moderate boon just being a once per day free reroll. But I think this is a bit more fitting to give as an additional reward on top of everything you have thus far gained. So,
Neat.
you guys have the opportunity. If there are any last things you would like to do here in Cynosure before you head back to the Primarata, board with your crew, and head out towards the astral plane.
Kamana will give heartfelt goodbyes to everybody. Tell them to take care of themselves. Tell them to, you know, don't get killed. She'll be waiting for them back at Cynosure. Once they're done, she'll be waiting to hear their stories so that she can write songs about them and sing them so people know who they are.
Right on.
Yeah, I look
Good
forward to
smiles,
listening to
everyone.
your next concert.
Yeah, you guys, of course, have free tickets for life to every Kamana concert.
Nice.
Fantastic. Well, it's going to be a little bit weird, but I have to be honest with you guys. We are going to end session ever so slightly early here, as you guys have leveled up and are preparing to head out. I was a mite bit behind on my prep and sourcing a map we're going to need pretty much instantly due to what some of you know as a fan in my computer fucking exploding over the weekend. So, I'm a wee bit behind on that sort of thing. But as you guys get on your ship, you are also reaching a point where you will very soon. I've been kind of putting it off with your level ups, but we're going to do ship combat relatively soon, maybe even next session. And you guys will need to upgrade your ship for that. So that is going to be something that I am certainly going to ask people think on and take a look at as we go through this next week and sort of talk about in the general chat in Discord and hopefully get to those sorts of upgrades you would like to do for your ships just ready to go so I can get them set up in between session. If we need to spend some time at the beginning of next week doing so, we can, but I don't want to necessarily put a full session into ship building unless people really want to. If you guys want to, I'm happy to do that, but I recognize that's a lot of sort of detail crunching.
Yeah.
And that I don't necessarily want to force you guys through, as if you do not wish to, so. No. The big thing is you guys are going to get more BP since you have leveled up a decent bit, and a slight increase to your ship's HP. So you can increase effectively your armor capacity, your thrusters, your ship's power core, change out the weapons, all of that. Effectively, you can just improve upon what you guys have. So I will put those numbers in Discord for you guys, and I will... I think the character creation channel has the... it does have the piloting values in there, or the ship changes to like the armor, the computer, things like that. So you can take a look at that there. But I'll let you guys all know what your BP is increased to, what your ship currently has, so you guys can start looking and making those adjustments as you would like. Sound good?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Thank you, everybody. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you
with all
so
of
much for
you.
playing with us, Kamana, up until
Yeah.
now. It has been an absolute pleasure having you at the table. I think we'll all be sad to see you go.
Yeah. Thank you all, though. Thank you, Amara. Thank you, Durgash. Thank you, Halicon. Almost lost it there.
Damn,
Thank you,
okay.
Thank you, you over there.
Hey, you,
No.
you guy.
Thank you for playing as well. I enjoy playing with you, for sure.
Okay.
Have a great rest of your night, everyone. I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.
Bye.